Hello, all you beautiful people in Webtown, and welcome to another Silverline Sunday here at Crypto Comics. And today we are exploring a comic that is not typical of the fare we tend to explore here at Crypto Comics. This is Divinity from Barb Kalberg, R.A. Jones, and artist Alex Sarabia. This is a creation of Barb Kalberg, who does a lot of work for Silverline, and it's different than the normal fare. Like I said, Silverline has a little something for everyone. And so I wanted to just explore this one briefly. This might be a shorter Silverline than we typically have here thus far on Crypto Comics. Barb explains that this story came about as a dream one night after a long conversation with my sister about our desire to have the ability to heal a couple of very sick relatives. It sounds like a wish come true, doesn't it? But the reality would be much, much different in the real world, I fear. In the end, such a talent could be more of a curse than a blessing. Our little hero, Divinity Gray, will face just this kind of dilemma, and with the help of her older sister, Sergeant Zach Gray, they will both live the USMC motto: improvise, adapt, and overcome. This is about finding a new normal and learning to be a family, with a good bit of adventure along the way. Small in size, big in heart. That's the slogan that greets you as you enter the small pastoral town of Newton, New York. It's a lie. A lie which will change this child's life forever. Scree! Boom! Puppy, puppy. It's okay, puppy. Oh, this puppy is bloody. Yikes. It's okay, puppy. It's okay. You'll be all better. I can make it all better. 48 hours earlier. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He restoreth my soul. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. The words of the 23rd Psalm, meant to comfort the grieving, hardly register on Zach Gray's roiling brain. The young Marine has seen death before, all too often, all too close, but never this close, never in such soul-rending fashion, never before leaving him in such a dark and hopeless place. How much darker is such a day for a child who has lost everything except her life, and that being a life that has now been torn horribly asunder. Shaboom! Huh? Grief is a beast with many heads, and one of which can swallow a person whole. It also comes in many shapes and forms. Sometimes it is a thundering horde. Sometimes stealthy as a thief in the night. When faced by a community of spirits, it can be dispersed until it disappears. When faced alone, it can leave behind a carcass picked clean of its humanity. A beautiful service, Mr. Gray. I'm Sheriff Adair, and this pretty little lady must be your sister. Half-sister. Her name's Divinity. Everybody just calls me Vinny. It was my misfortune to be the one to find your parents after the crash. Tell me something, Sheriff. Was the weather bad that day? No, not as I recall. Why? Because Dad was the best driver I ever knew. Seems odd that he'd just lose control of his car. Accidents happen, son, even to the best of us. I suppose you'll be returning to the Marines now? You've been with them for what now, 5 years? 6. And no, I've had to accept a hardship discharge on account of Vinny. It's good that she's got you, Zach. If you need anything, don't hesitate to call on me. My condolences on your loss. What do we do now, Zach? I don't know, kiddo. I just don't know. All right, towing service? My name is Zach Gray. It's my understanding that on the 12th of this month you towed away a blue SUV that had been involved in a fatal crash. That's right. Harlan and Shanice Gray. I was hoping you could tell me where you towed it to. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I was distracted by something I thought I saw.
Just an old lady driving.
So that's why I'm here, Mr. Decker. I was told this is where my dad's vehicle was brought after the accident. I was hoping I could see it, check it over to see if any personal effects might have been left inside.
I wish I could help you, Mr. Gray, but I'm afraid what you're asking is impossible.
Oh, what's that?
Because the vehicle's already been compacted and sold for scrap.
What? Why? On whose authority?
On the authority of the sheriff's office. For God's sake, you're Old man wrapped it around a tree. It was totaled beyond any hope of salvage. I'm sorry I couldn't be any more help. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to hang up another girly poster in my office.
I have work to do. Zach! Hey, Zach! Clay! Good to see you, man. It's been a while. A long while. Sorry about your dad and his wife. Thanks. Tell me, Clay, were you here when they brought Dad's SUV in? Sure was. Wasn't much left of it, though. Anything unusual about it? Now that you mention it, Zach, yeah, there's a big hole. Like something had blown right through the front grill and into the engine block. It was the darndest thing I ever saw. Yes, I'd say the message is important. You just make sure it gets passed on to the man. Uh-oh. Another beer, Zach? Sure, Davey. Why not? I just can't imagine you not being a Marine anymore. Oh, look at this. A big tough guy who's in the Marines. Hey, let's pick a fight with him in this small bar in a rural town in the Midwest. You boys need to calm down a little. You telling us what to do, Sonny? Ha ha ha. Did you hear that? The big Marine wants some space. Yeah, let's give him about 6 feet of it. Crack! Fellas, I don't think you know what you're getting into here, because I'm kicking your butt next. Boom! Crunch! There go your ribs, boy. Thwap! Block, just like in professional wrestling. Crack! I love it. Crack! Stomp to the face. I think they've been punished enough. I'm out of here. How'd they know I was a Marine, though? Damn, cops again. Keep seeing that cop car. That was then. This is now. Wah, 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 wah. Yip, yip, yip. I told you it'd be okay. Dear Lord in heaven, what are you? She loves Chucky, that's for sure, so she's all right in my book. I'm sorry, Zach. Please don't be mad at me. Mad? I'm scared. What'd you just do, you little witch? And how'd you do it? Don't just sit there. Say something. Somebody get a stake in here. We're gonna burn this little bitch. Oh, sorry, I'm getting carried away. Sorry, I thought we were in Salem, Massachusetts for a minute. You're hurting me, Zach. Oh, I'm sorry. It's my Marine training. Oh, the hazing. It's just the hazing that they put me through. I just yearn to take it out on people weaker than me. I'm not mad. And you're not in trouble for what you just did. I just have emotional problems. But we do need to talk about this. Not out here, though. Come on inside. We don't need any weirdos seeing that you're able to heal people. The last thing we want is for one of the neighbors to see what you did, especially this weirdo with the Van Dyke. Can't trust him. Like I said, kiddo, you're not in trouble. You didn't do anything wrong. I just need to know how you did it. Can you tell me? Not exactly. Well then, just tell me what you can. Me and Mama and Daddy, I think it started a year or so ago. You were away, being a soldier. I was outside by myself, chasing a butterfly. You know I like butterflies. Oh man, this is just like the story of my entire life here. Wow, this is just like my childhood. I had a little dress just like that. I would chase butterflies in. Yeah, I know. I love butterflies too. Then what happened? I slipped on a puddle of water by the swimming pool, and I hit my head really hard. I don't really remember what happened then, but I guess I rolled into the water. That doesn't sound good. I guess I probably would have drowned to death, Zach. But then Mama came out. Vinny, time for lunch, baby. Gasp, my child. I'm going to rescue her. Jump. She jumped right into the water, Zach, with all her clothes on. It was more breathtaking than watching one of those little Chinese girls dive off of the high board in the Olympics every 4 years. She told me I wasn't even breathing when she pulled me out. Then she did CDR on me. You mean CPR? That too. She brought me back to life, Zach. All I had was a headache, and it went away in a couple of days. But it didn't end there, did it, Vinny? Nuh-uh. Because a few weeks later, Mama, you'll never guess what. Shut up! Mama was sick. Her head was hurting. One of her migraines, Vinny? That's the word. You know how it was, Zach. Light hurt her. Noise hurt her. Everything hurt her. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to yell at you. Mama's just having one of her headaches, that's all. It'll be all right in a little while. I don't like it when you're sick, Mama. I wish I could make it all better for you. Ah, Mama! But just a minute later, Zach, Mama was all better. All better. And she never, ever had one of those bad headaches again. They were all gone. Jeez, how exactly does this gift of yours work? I don't know. Sometimes I see other things. Okay, and tell me this. Did anybody other than Dad and Shanice know you could do this? No. Vinny? I couldn't help it, Zach. She was hurting real bad. Who was hurting, Vinny? Mrs. Hancock. You know, that nice little old lady who lives next door. She gives me cookies. She fell down. She had the same kind of pain that puppy did. You should have seen how happy Mrs. Hancock was when the glow made her hurt no more. But I told her Mama and Daddy didn't want anybody else to know. So she promised me she'd keep it a secret. Uh-huh. That means that first chance she got, she probably told her son all about it. That poor old woman has always thought the sun rose and fell on Alfie, that he could do no wrong. This is Alfie. I'm a fan of Alfie. No one could ever convince her that he was worthless. Alcohol, drugs, gambling debts. He looks like George Alexopoulos, who we covered on the Mary Sue. If you don't remember that review from last December, George Alexopoulos here. He plays Alfie in this comic. He's a slimeball who's capable of anything, so long as it's crooked. Am I in trouble, Zach? Because of what I did? It's not your fault, kiddo. None of this is. But yeah, I think we both may be in trouble. The last thing we need in this world is a little girl who can heal everyone. Do you remember what they did to Christ? They're going to do that to you, kiddo. Here's that stupid backpack you love so much. Fill it. Clothes, toothbrush, and do it fast. We're leaving. I am the biggest asshole older brother on earth. Our parents just died, but I'm still going to treat you like a half-caste. Huh? How come? Because it's not safe here anymore. I've cleaned out all the bank accounts, gassed up my car, but we need to get rolling. I'm going to dump you in the desert, you stupid little witch. Where are we going? Don't ask questions, runt. Just do what I say. But I don't want to go. Tough shit.
Stop being so mean to me. And stop telling me what to do. You're not my mama.
Look, Vinny, I was no older than you are when my mother died, so I know how you're feeling. Zach? You just have to trust me to... Zach! What?
What are those lights on your shirt?
Oh my God, the Predator! He's coming for us! Run! Wouldn't that be an amazing twist? But no, that's not actually what happens. Light 'em up, boys. It will be continued. And here we see Barb Kalberg, the creator and writer, R.A. Jones, the other writer, Alex Sarabia, the artist. Sorry, I didn't see what Steve and Mike did on this comic, but we're going to find out. Steve did the colors, which I'm really confused about. Was this colored with those scented felt pens we had as a kid? Like, oh, the purple, it smells like grape. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, look at this, the green, it smells like apples. Oh my goodness. That's kind of what I felt like, and it made the comic look less good, to be quite frank with you. If I'm going to give an honest review, I think that, the coloring... The color palette is kind of okay. I mean, it's a little faded. This looks horrible with this green tones from the fluorescent lighting in the joint. Yeah, the color scheme is just really not helping out the art in any way. So, Steve Matson, I'm booing you, buddy. I'm booing you on Divinity here. But I will say this, though. Issue 2, the cover... This is really nice. I really like this. This cover should have been the cover to this issue. One, because I think it would have appealed maybe a little bit more, though I do love that she's wearing a Michael Myers shirt and a Chucky shirt in the comic. So kudos to Barb Kalberg for being a fan of horror comics. And as you can see, there's going to be some rocking and some rolling in this comic. And this time it is colored by Barb Kalberg herself, and I'm already seeing an improvement with this right here. This is really nice. More vibrant tones. Really kind of blending from
Almost like I wish I had issue 3 because I'm kind of curious to see if we go from the really faded tones and we're slowly introducing a little bit more color, and maybe by the 3rd issue this will look colored really, really well. But I could understand why you would want to do something that was a bit transitional as you switched from one colorist to coloring it yourself. I'm giving away the comic. I shouldn't do that. So, beautiful people in Webtown, this has been an offbeat day here at Crypto Comics. Usually we're covering the best of Rob Liefeld, Mark Silvestri, Jim Lee, Eric Larson, and the boys at Image Comics, alongside the occasional dive into the Bat family or the X-Men line of titles. And there are some Spider-Man I hope to cover. But today, we get a glimpse at an unorthodox title from Silverline Comics. Check them out, silverlinecomics.com, or pick up issues 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Divinity for yourself at indieplanet.com/Silverline. I mean, I like the story. The brother seems very stilted. Is he a nice guy? Is he a jerk? He seems to be bipolar. Just all over the place. We jump from one scene where he's being friendly to the next scene where he's a jerk. And maybe there should be something in between there that ticks him off, or he should explain maybe a little bit about what his problem is. I mean, I get that his mother died just like her mother died. But man, he doesn't have to treat her so bad. I mean, it's just a little girl with superpowers. And you think you would be excited that your little sister has the power to heal people, because that's a good thing. I thought. Until I started reading Divinity, and now I'm kind of curious to know what's going to happen to this poor little girl with this jerkwad of an older brother. And who's this chick? We didn't even get to meet her, did we? Huh. I guess she's going to show up in future issues of Divinity, available from Silverline Comics. So if you like this departure from our standard fare at Crypto Comics, hit that thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, then hit this bell down here, and one of you will randomly be selected to have a family member healed by Divinity. And once that family member is feeling better, tell them to subscribe to Crypto Comics, because I'm coming back with not just more Silverline, but more Marvel, more Image, more DC, more Valiant. Oh, believe it or not, we actually are going to come back with some more Valiant. And who knows what else I have cooked up for you as we march our way through this season of Silverline here on Crypto Comics.